In this video, I'm going to discuss using the bus system in the Philippines and how to travel around using the bus system, how to understand the schedules, how to understand which bus to take, and so on. So stay tuned and we'll dive into it.
It's more fun in the Philippines! It's more fun in the Philippines! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Okay, so if you're in the Philippines and you want to travel around, chances are you're going to have to take a bus at some point. It would get rather expensive to hire out private cars or to take a taxi to a long on a long trip or a far destination. So you're going to have to learn at some point to take a bus. Now, if you have a Filipino with you, then obviously it's not going to be hard. You just follow their lead. But if you have to do it on your own, perhaps you come out here and your girl lives in the province. So you fly into Cebu, but she lives an hour or 2 hours or 4 hours away. Then you're going to have to hop onto a bus and head out there and to go see her, because chances are it might be a little expensive for her, or she's never traveled before and she's a little apprehensive about it. So pretty easy. Really, depending on the city, a city could have multiple bus stations. So the first thing is, if you're in a larger city, if you tell your taxi driver, you tell them the destination of where you're going, most taxi drivers are going to know which bus station to take you to. For example, I was in Mindanao, and in Davao, I needed to catch a bus to General Santos. So initially, I took it upon myself just to go to the local bus station, and I quickly figured out, he said, no, this isn't the bus station that you go to go to General Santos. You need to go to this other bus station. So I had to grab my luggage and jump over to a different bus station. So if you ask your taxi driver, most of them will know, or a quick search on Google and you'll find out. Now, a lot of the smaller cities are just going to have one bus station, so it's going to be rather simple. Now, when you arrive at the bus station in the Philippines, often you're going to get somebody who's going to want to grab your bag right away and haul it over to the bus for you. Now, I always let them do it because I usually give them like 50 pesos or so, and they're more than happy to haul your heavy luggage. But if you don't want to spend any money and you just have small luggage, just tell them no, thank you, I've got it. Okay, but that will happen a lot, so don't be startled. Somebody's not trying to steal your bag. They're just trying to make a quick buck. A lot of these guys don't even officially work for the bus company or at the bus station. They just come out there and they grab your bag and take you over to the bus. But it's kind of helpful at the same time. They're going to get you to the right bus, to the right destination. So I'd say let them grab your bag, let them take you directly to the bus that you need to go. You just tell them where you're going. Okay, so if you have a lot of luggage, they will check it under the bus. Now, make sure you have your important stuff in your little backpack. I always have my backpack with my passport, 1 day worth of clothes, or a couple days worth of clothes. I've got toiletries, passport, money, all that stuff in my backpack, which I keep with me on the bus. Now, in some places like Mindanao, you'll have to stop at checkpoints where you actually have to get off the bus and go through the security. You'll grab your backpack and then get right back on the bus. Okay, but riding the bus, you'll go to the bus station. You just look at the front of the bus, usually on a sign, or it'll be digital. It's going to tell you the destination. Now, there's different types of buses in the Philippines. You're going to have your non-stop buses. Okay, those are going to be a little more expensive. You've got your buses with multiple stops. They'll be a little less expensive. Then you have your air-conditioned buses. Okay, those are a little more expensive. You have your non-air-conditioned buses. Personally, I would avoid it. It's a hot, sweaty trip. Usually those buses don't have individual like bucket seats. So a seat that's designed for two, if the bus gets crowded, you're going to end up squishing in, and you may have like 3 people in your seat that's designed for 2. It's rather uncomfortable. Avoid the non-air conditioned buses for comfort. You know, you could end up standing in the aisle, you know, holding onto the bar or trying to balance yourself for 4 hours. I've had it happen to me before. It's not a fun and it's not a comfortable trip. So get an air-conditioned bus. Some do not have a bus schedule. Some just fill up the bus. They wait for the bus to fill up, and then they take off and go to their destination. So don't expect to leave at exactly 7 a.m. No, it might be when that bus starts to fill up. The other thing is there are, besides buses, there's V-hires, and those are vans. And in Cebu, you can hop on a van, and it will take you to a short destination. They usually don't do long destinations. They usually just do shorter destinations. But they call those V-hires, vans. And sometimes those are a little more comfortable, sometimes less, because you can get pretty crowded in those too. Okay, so what will happen is once you get on the bus, they're going to come by, they're going to ask you your destination, and then they will punch holes in a ticket showing you your destination and the price. I'm going to throw a ticket up here and I'm going to show you how to read that. It's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. Now, don't be alarmed. Sometimes they just punch it and they take off, and then they come back to you later and they'll collect the money. Also, what I've seen, for example, if the bus is 300 pesos and you have a 500 peso bill or a 1,000 peso bill and they don't have change right away, they may take that 1,000 peso and walk away. Don't be alarmed. He's going to come back, you know, sometimes in 15 minutes, sometimes in an hour. He will come back. He will give you your change. Sometimes you want to stop him and just say, hey, I'm waiting for my change. But that is common. It happens to me quite often if you have a bigger bill, if you don't have exact change. Okay? Try to travel with a lot of smaller change. Now, on a lot of these buses, they have new modern buses that are coming in from China, and these buses will have individual movie players, Wi-Fi, and you can plug in your cell phone to charge at each individual seat. I'll flash up a picture, and these are fantastic for a long trip. They have a comfort room or a bathroom on the bus, making it very convenient. And then you also have the buses that will have the movie theaters where it'll be at the front, in the middle, and in the back. You'll have a projector come down to watch movies on. And they're always usually playing American movies. And so that's fantastic. You know, it's entertainment while you're going. The other thing is these non-air conditioned buses, don't expect to have any kind of TV or movies. You know, you're just not going to have it. Both of those buses will make multiple stops sometimes. Make sure you grab your bag, go off, or have one person, if you're traveling with somebody, sit with the bags, get off, use the CR, get back on, and then you go. Always make sure that you're back to the bus pretty quickly. Now, they do tend to watch and make sure everybody's back on, but it's possible. Mistakes happen, so that bus could take off without you. So just try to be quick. Don't just loiter around, hanging around at the bus station. Hop back on. So recently I took a trip from Davao to General Santos, and from General Santos all the way to Cagayan de Oro. I left at about 6:30 a.m. The bus actually took off, and I didn't arrive to the bus station until about 6 p.m. at night. So pretty lengthy of a trip. We stopped at multiple places. Now, if I would have did it again, I would have got the non-stop all the way there. It was kind of interesting to stop at these little cities all the way to Cagayan de Oro and kind of look around and see the countryside. So I found it enjoyable to stop at all these different places and to look at different cities and say, oh, this place looks like a potential city to go check out at a later date. There was a few cities I saw that I want to come back to and visit. So a few nice ones. So check it out one time. But at some point, you're going to have to get on a bus, and you're going to have to, do some traveling on your own at some point. So the bus conductor or the attendant who walks through and collects your money, he's going to be your best friend. Ask him. I constantly ask, hey, how much longer to General Santos? Are we almost there? And then I ask them, from General Santos to get to my hotel, how can I get to my hotel? Do they have tricycles? Are there taxis? And they will let you know. They'll tell you everything. Sometimes they will drop you off at a place. For example, if your hotel is on the route or on the route, there they will stop at your hotel and they'll just drop you off. So some buses will do that if the place where you're going to is along the route, and they could drop you off. You just let them know where you're going. Okay. Hopefully this helps. I'm going to throw up some information while we're talking, but don't be afraid to use the bus system. It's rather easy. And if you have any questions, comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hit that bell notification to stay up to date with the latest content. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.